Yo, what is up? It is your boy, and we are here after a little while not uploading, sorry about that, with week 1 of BPL Best Pokemon League. So, a couple things right off the bat. I am using a new laptop for all this, so uploads may be just a little bit different. My format may just be a little wonkier. It may take a little getting used to just on my end, fixing it all up. My voice may sound a little different too. You never know. We'll get through it together. I believe in you guys. The second thing is that my other matches are probably going to come out in a pretty close proximity. I don't like doing these upload blitzes, but it is what it is. In any case, I just want to say, how hyped are you guys to be here? Because I'm insanely hyped. This league means so much to me. I know it probably doesn't mean as much to many of you, the viewers, but we'll get to it. Our opponent is Flap, someone who actually was our championship opponent 2 seasons ago, and we have faced them a single time since. They have a terrifying offense team. Deoxys Speed, Charizard X, Dugtrio, Greninja, Buzzwole, Silvally, Bisharp, Bronzor, Poltegeist, and Tapu Bulu. It is a headache. No, a migraine to prep for. I think our matchup is decent. I think if we play it right, we can get the win pretty darn well, but I don't think it'll be easy. I think if we play wrong and stupid and silly, then we are going to get ourselves destroyed. So, right off the bat, our first mon is Batra. I knew from the start I wanted Noivern in this matchup. I think it just does a genuinely great job, outspeeding everything except Deoxys Speed. And I mean, it hits so hard. Looking at their flying resists, it is Bronzor and Bisharp, both of which get clapped by Flamethrower. Draco Meteor, just for a little extra damage and to hit that Zard, and then U-turn to pivot around. I was going to run Boots, but honestly, that little bit of extra damage is just what I needed. It's just what the doctor ordered, man. I really do think it is worth it in the end. We will have to see. If they run like a crazy aggressive rock score like Bronzor or something, we will be destroyed by it. In any case, it's just super strong offensively. It doesn't do anything amazing defensively, but I mean, if there's a choice-locked Greninja or Buzzwole or Bulu, it is helpful there. It has its niche. Next up is our only other straight offensive mon. It's Heya Jeff, Landorus. It's a weird matchup. It's a weird matchup, I'll say. Being slower than Greninja and Deoxys Speed is really wonky, since it really just gets obliterated by those mons, but it's not bad. So what we're running here is Stealth Rock, U-turn, Sludge Wave, and Earth Power. Originally going to run Knockoff for Bronzor, but honestly, we can just U-turn into like Meowser or something on it. The reason I really want those rocks is just their removal is Silvally exclusively, and rocks hit their team really hard. Ideally, we can get those up pretty quick. But I mean, otherwise, it's a Landorus Eye. Dual coverage hits everything really, really hard besides like AV, Buzzwole, and Bronzor. I'm not particularly worried about Bronzor. I think my team can deal with it just fine, between Scizor and Meowser especially, being able to 1v1 it, knock off, get rid of hazards, all that. I'm not trying to spoil too much. Anyway, Heya Jeff, great mon here. It's just a breaker. It's a special breaker. What do you expect from it? It's Landorus Eye. Nothing too crazy this week. Next up, we are running Flame Orb Milotic Noirs coming here week 1. Uber defensive, because that is our only way of dealing with Mega Charizard X. It is also good against non-banded Buzzwole. It can take hits very well from Bisharp. It can take hits well from most Silvally forms, though we want to be careful between Flame Orb Chip and, having to 1v1 Zard all the time. We really got to keep this thing healthy. Recover Scald, Haze, Toxic. I would have run Flip Turn here, but I really want to be able to have a permanent fix against Zard, which is why the Toxic is there. Haze, just to make sure it doesn't steamroll us and then we're in a losing position. It's a very, very simple set. Looking at their team, I think their team is really toxic weak. They don't have any clerics. I don't count Poltegeist as a cleric, you the viewer. If you're about to comment that, you're wrong. Yeah, I think it'll do its job. It doesn't need to do anything more. Next we have Seymour. This is our designated Greninja switch-in. but it also has some uber-specific EVs. Those EVs are partially there to creep, like a Buzzwole or a Tapu Bulu creeping nothing, but the Spadef is to make sure we are not two-shot after rocks, I think it is, by Specs Extrasensory from Greninja. That is, it's primarily there for Greninja. Knockoff is for Bronzor, and then the other moves are just, Sludge Bomb Earth Power hits their whole team. It's super nice. We can fish for some poisons, wall up with Synthesis, like Banded or Adamant Life Orbs and Headbutts from Bulu are enough to deal with us. But with the defense we have, we can also take like some banded Iron Heads from Bisharp, and limited hits from Zard as well. So I think it'll do fine. I think Seymour will show just how tanky they are this matchup, with just face tank so much stuff. I love them for that. Alright, next up we got Bloodsport Scizor. I wanted to run Knockoff here so badly, but our removal isn't the greatest, and here's where that's showing. We gotta run Defog Scizor this week, not my favorite, but that's okay. Our speed is there for a no speed or not so much speed Bisharp, which also applies to anything creeping that, especially a Poltegeist. We just have a very simple set. Bullet Punch is great for Dio Speed, Dugtrio, and Poltegeist, since those mons are incredibly frail. We can get them down pretty quick. Scizor, I wanted to run offensive really badly, but this is literally our only answer to Tapu Bulu, so that is what we are doing. We have the defense to take 2 Adamant Life Orb CCs. If they are banned, then we can just Bullet Punch them and do like 80% of their health, which then we're losing our removal, so not great. But I think it will work just fine and dandy. It's a very simple Scizor set. I want to do a lot with this mon this season, but for this matchup, I'll admit we are playing it a little safe in most cases. Next we got Incin. Man, I didn't want to run AV, and I almost ran Blaze. That is how scared I am of Defiant Bisharp, but with that 152 defense, after Intimidate lowers their defense by 1, Defiant only gets it up to +1, and we can always take an Adamant Low Kick from a +1 Bisharp. So, and then of course destroy it back with Flare Blitz. I was gonna run Heavy Duty Boots, but we need that Spadef to take like a Focus Blast from Dio Speed, which is just what it is. Knockoff, it hits their team well. Dual hits their team well outside of Greninja and Zard. Greninja doesn't love taking a U-turn and then gives us free into like Batra or whatever. And Outrage is just there in case we are in, because we do take hits from Zardex. So we can literally just switch in, click Outrage till we die, and do like most of its health. It's a nice backup strat. So yeah. Overall, I think this is a pretty decent team to bring against them. I'm kind of expecting Silvally flying, since that's their only real way of dealing with a Landorus Eye. If I'm running Psychic, which I'm not, but they might not want to be running Spadef or AV Buzzwole. So, which I get, it's not a great set. So, yeah, I could see like almost anything here coming. I didn't want to run... The main reason I have Meowser is just for DOS and Poltegeist. I was initially going to run Clefairy instead, but I didn't. I have Meowser instead. I think I made the best choice in the end. Poltegeist is a scary mon, and their Team Forces prep. In any case, though, I will see you guys at the battle. I think we got this. I think it's down to being able to wall them and getting Batra and Hella Jeff as much as we can. Or get everything within Scizor range. That works, too. Hello. We are here, and we are back with Week 1 of BPL, Best Pokemon League. I am super nervous, but I'm super happy to be here. We're facing an opponent who is really good, really troubling. I don't know what they're gonna do. Probably just destroy me, we will find out. My plan is to lead with my Noivern. I would say my big plan for this game is just, I absolutely, under any circumstance, I gotta play super careful. I gotta try and not let Dugtrio get in for free on Incineroar. Greninja. So the chances that they are Scarf Greninja are next to none, I think. That would be a madman of a set. They are Silvally flying. Okay. That is kind of as we expected. 5%. So they are a very defensive Silvally flying. Okay. Given the roster they brought, I would go in Sin. Sorry. Let's zoom this in a bit more. I kind of want to go Incineroar here. Mostly because I don't switch in well to Silvally. But I also think Milotic's a good choice. Okay, good. There we go. This is mostly just because I really wanted to get the Flame Orb off. Also, Toxic is very free versus them. They go for a Parting Shot. Okay, that makes sense for a more defensive set. And we're gonna get a Toxic off on their Bulu here. Very nice, good to see. We'll take a little of that. But I mean, Scizor is basically here exclusively for Bulu, so they are a Life Orb Bulu set. Okay. I feel like Roost is kinda safe. I could also U-turn, but then I can't really switch in super safely on Tapu Bulu. So I guess that depends on how aggressively I want to be playing, right? Life Orb is interesting. I really want to keep up momentum, but I want to be able to switch in on this. Nature's Madness is a good play. I honestly forgot that move existed. I would just rather not let in Zard for free. Do I U-turn? Tough. Very tough. Tough. I think I'll Roost. I have switch-ins to Zard. Yeah, okay. I think I made the right choice. And we can just go into our Milotic super safely here. They double into Greninja. A grassy terrain boosted Grass Knot would definitely hurt. So I feel like Venusaur is the play here. I doubt they extra sensory. They go for Spikes. Okay. They don't have a Sludge Bomb switch in, period. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click that. They go for a U-turn for some chip. I'm expecting maybe, what, Silvally flying? I hope the music is okay, by the way, guys. Yeah, they do go Silvally flying. Get some nice chip. Do we get a poison? No, we don't. That's okay. I'd really rather they not. I wanna, first I can calc what their spread is. 31. So yeah, that is about right for max HP. Maybe they're Fizz Def. That would make sense. I could go Batra. But I would probably take quite a bit from a hit from that. Multi. Would that be multi-attack? So we would take about half from that. Tough. Yeah, not really having a flying resist that we brought isn't ideal. I do want to defog as soon as possible. Getting damage on Batra is fine ultimately, I think. I'll go into that. They go for a Parting Shot. I mean, Deoxys is really their only great answer. Yeah, I was gonna say. Since there's Spikes Gren, I don't expect them to be... they go right out for the Focus Blast. I mean, gotta respect it. That is very high damage. Okay, let's do a little calcing. Incineroar into Deoxys speed. Sorry, that's the wrong set. Speed. Choice specs. That was a focus blast. So they aren't specs. Expert. Doesn't look like they're expert either. I think they're just modest with like boots or something. Yeah. I mean, U-turn. Boink. I think I want to go Batra and just hit this thing as hard as I can. Right? Yeah, they don't have a hurricane resist whatsoever. So provided we hit, that would be pretty great. Noivern, Silvally, Flying, Max HP. Yeah. Let's see there. I'm guessing a parting shot. They have Ice Beam. Ah, okay. I probably should have figured that out. I mean, we lived. We should not have. But that tells us they're basically uninvested, which is nice. So we gotta keep rocks off the field now is what I'm getting from this. I want a U-turn because I feel like they could just go Doug Trio and Sucker Punch after this. I'm gonna Flamethrower. They probably go Doug Trio here. But I mean, if they go Doug Trio, they gotta be aware that I could just Roost. So Sucker Punch would be pretty ballsy since, you know, I don't necessarily need Draco on this thing, to be honest. Okay, they go into this. That makes sense. That does make sense. I'd rather not Meowser just not get in on this, but I also want to keep it around. Let's see, what do I really need Batra for? It's really good versus Gren and Bulu. Do I ultimately need it? Not really. I'm gonna just go for a U-turn. Oh, okay, I made the right play. Nice. And we get some excellent chip on that. Sweet. And I think the play is to go into this, and just go for a Sludge Bomb. Once again, free against their team. We are getting chipped down, admittedly, and they're gonna sack Tapu Bulu. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Bulu is gone. Now, let's be chill, in the chat. Well, I mean, they're hardly being, like, toxic, but you know what I mean. Now that Bulu's gone, I kind of want to go Bloodsport. Since this thing doesn't get fire coverage outside of Fire Punch. Nasty plot. Okay, this thing shouldn't be able to hit us with anything besides... Sorry, Deoxys. Speed. Nasty plot. It shouldn't be able to hit us with anything besides Fire Punch, which should not kill us. So I feel like I'm gonna U-turn. Maybe I should have defogged there. That's alright. Noivern. Charizard X. Or let's see how much it does into a regular Charizard. It does a lot. Holy hell, it does a lot. I feel like it'd be nice keeping it around. I'll go Milo here. And I think I'll go for a good ol' Toxic. To Gren coming in. Okay, cool. And then, I mean, just Scald, right? They're gonna go for some more spikes. Okay. And I mean, I'm just gonna throw off another Scald. They go for their last layer of spikes. Okay, that makes sense. They are really definitely going for the spikes win here. I think Scizor really needs to get those out of there. But also, I mean, if Deoxys speed is the one to come in, I don't know if I can get rid of the spikes. I think Deoxys is definitely their win con at this point, and I have to play insanely carefully around it. Because my team may as well all be in Deoxys range outside of Scizor at this point. It may be looking good right now, but like I said, with 3 layers of spikes up, I gotta be careful. I might just Toxic. There we go, there's a D-Dance. And then definitely Haze. Alright. And then I think we spam Haze until we go down. Right? That's what I would think. We cannot, I don't want this thing getting set up on me. Let's just go for a nice clean Haze. Alright, yeah, spam Haze until we go down is the play. Even against Deoxys, unfortunate. I do that all the time with Milo. Alright, they just go for a Blitz. Unfortunate. I think that was definitely smart of them. I think I'm gonna go Batra here. Into Charizard X. Probably... I don't even need to drop a Draco, but I mean, I guess it'd be safer too. They go into this. Sweet. So we're going to get some huge damage on this. 77%. So it's in Bullet Punch range. That's the important takeaway. I'm just going to go for a U-turn. They're probably going to kill us. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're at 76 now. So let's make a couple calcs, shall we? Because we are still in losing range. Speed. So our Draco Meteor did 77%. So they have next to no HP. So that means they could have attack investment with Fire Punch. That is what I'm thinking is happening here. Yeah. I'm not going to play around with that. Dugtrio comes out. Definitely just going to hit Dugtrio with 2 bullet punches. They go for a sucker. Okay. Alright. Bloodsport picking up 2 kills. Very nice. Charizard comes out. Alright. Shoot. If this thing DDs, can we... can we lose? But if Dio's speed... Ooh. This is tough. This is tough. So... X. Into Charizard X. Bullet Punch is not doing very much, but I think we still have to go into this. They're probably gonna D-Dance here. Yep, that figures. I think we just have to sack Mons until... But we shouldn't have to sack that many, fortunately. They're just gonna Flare Blitz, and they're probably gonna kill themselves here with Toxic, I think? Okay. And Scizor should win. Bullet Punch for the win? Okay, sweet. Alright. That was a crazy game. Dio's speed is a terrifying threat. In the end, yeah, I knew it kind of just came down to sacks. Man, their offense is not easy to go up against. That's all I'll say. Either way, GG to Flap. This is like the 4th time we've faced up against each other. Maybe we'll do it again in playoffs. I know their team wasn't rated terribly high in the PRs, but honestly, with how crazy the offense is, I could see it doing well. this is not the end for Flappington. Again, GG's to them. I'm happy I was able to predict a lot of the sets, just because if I didn't, I may have been in a world of trouble. Regardless, thank you for watching. We will see you guys next week for another victory. We are going for the big dub.